Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Think about the last time you stepped into the lobby of a truly luxury hotel. You know that feeling, right? There's just this undeniable magic to it. Everything flows perfectly. The front desk hums with this quiet, focused efficiency. The restaurant provides completely flawless service. And the entire operation just feels effortless. But as you and I know, behind that ultra realistic, seamless guest experience is an incredibly complex web of human capital. So, today we're opening up a premium, high quality online educational module tailored specifically for future luxury hospitality leaders. We're going to explore the absolute bedrock of modern hotel operations, which is how to effectively manage underperformance and, crucially, how to build exceptional employee relations. To set the stage for our journey today, here is the official welcome to our program. Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. To make sure you get the absolute most out of this premium educational experience, we have a really clear roadmap. We'll start with a welcome to hospitality leadership, then cover the foundations of employee relations, identifying root causes, supportive improvement conversations, ethical and legal frameworks, and finally, preserving standards and dignity. All right, let's jump right into section one. Welcome to hospitality leadership. Now, managing underperformance is pretty much universally recognized as one of the single most challenging aspects of this entire industry. I mean, when you're running a high-stakes environment, like a busy revenue office or a packed conference center, the pressure is literally always on. The core challenge here is a really delicate balancing act between accountability, support, and fairness. A mature hotel leader simply cannot just act as a disciplinarian. You have to hold your teams completely accountable to luxury standards, but at the exact same time, you have to remain deeply supportive and entirely fair. It's like walking a tightrope. If you tip too far in any one direction, the guest experience and honestly, your team's morale will immediately suffer. Moving right along to section two, foundations of employee relations. Before you can even begin to address what goes wrong in a hotel, you have to establish the baseline requirements for a healthy, high-functioning staff. So, what is employee relations? Well, it's the comprehensive management of communication, conflict resolution, and trust within an organization. I really want you to notice that last word, trust. In a fast-paced hotel environment, if a front desk agent doesn't trust their manager, or if there's just poor communication between the kitchen and the dining room, the entire operation fractures. Trust and communication are absolutely not just corporate buzzwords, they are vital operational imperatives. And when you get this right, the payoff is massive. Strong relations directly yield high employee morale and completely seamless team cooperation. But the most critical takeaway for you as a future leader is the direct link to premium service quality. Fair treatment and a highly respectful organizational culture aren't just nice-to-haves. They are the direct driver of that five-star service your guests expect. Happy, respected teams deliver premium experiences. It really is that simple. But how do you actually build that culture? Well, it starts with clear expectations and consistent feedback. Those two things form the absolute foundation of performance management. Just think about it for a second. Employees fundamentally have to understand what's required of them and exactly how their performance is being assessed. Without that clarity, trying to address underperformance isn't just difficult, it's objectively unfair. You literally cannot hold someone accountable for a standard they never fully understood in the first place. Okay, let's look at section three, identifying root causes. Even when you have crystal clear expectations, sometimes standards just aren't met. It happens. But when underperformance happens, the most effective managers don't just react, they diagnose. We can really boil this down to four main origins: skill gaps, unclear expectations, personal challenges, and lack of engagement. Before you ever write someone up or have a harsh conversation, you have to play detective and diagnose the issue. Do they just lack the technical training to use the hotel's new booking software? Or are they dealing with a severe personal crisis at home? Finding that true root cause changes absolutely everything about how you respond. And once you actually spot one of those root causes, timing becomes everything. Early intervention is key here. We need to completely reframe how we view intervention. It is not a penalty. Stepping in early prevents minor hiccups from escalating into major operational failures. It acts as a crucial developmental support tool. Honestly, it shows your team that you're paying attention and that you actually care about their professional success.
That brings us to Section 4, Supportive Improvement Conversations.
So, once you've pinpointed the root cause and you've decided to step in early, how do you actually have that conversation? Well, we have to contrast two completely different leadership mindsets. An ineffective approach focuses entirely on blame, looking backward at what went wrong and trying to figure out whose fault it is. The effective approach, however, focuses purely on solutions. As a hospitality leader, your supportive improvement conversations must always center on how to move forward. Remember this: blame paralyzes a team, but solutions empower them. So, what do those solutions actually look like in practice? Here's a concrete, step-by-step action plan you can use. Step 1 is direct coaching. Step 2 might involve additional training, maybe having them shadow a senior colleague over at the front desk for a few shifts. Step 3 could be adjusted responsibilities, just to better match their current skill level while they get up to speed. And finally, step 4 is transparent documentation. And listen, documenting these steps isn't about quietly building a case against an employee to fire them, not at all. It's about ensuring absolute transparency and consistency in how you're supporting them. Let's shift gears slightly for Section 5, Ethical and Legal Frameworks. Now, coaching doesn't just happen in a vacuum. Operating a modern hotel involves strict compliance with internal policies, standard operating procedures, and some pretty extensive labor regulations. If you're going through professional education, particularly through the rigorous lens of Europe Hotel School London, you know that it demands ethical leadership. You have a profound responsibility to navigate these legal and ethical frameworks perfectly. It definitely ensures legal compliance, sure, but more importantly, it reinforces that baseline of trust we talked about earlier. Which leads us to our final core topic, Section 6, Preserving Standards and Dignity. We have to address the most difficult reality of management. What exactly happens when your support just isn't enough? When underperformance persists and formal processes are required, you absolutely must handle them with incredibly high sensitivity and absolute clarity. The ultimate goal here is to act with respect, always preserving the individual's dignity. Letting someone go or moving them through formal disciplinary steps is incredibly hard. It never gets easy. But doing it with deep respect not only honors that individual, it minimizes the negative impact on the wider team. Because believe me, they are watching very closely to see how you handle the situation. Because at the end of the day, effective management of underperformance does two things simultaneously. First, it vigorously protects the premium service standards of your hotel. You simply cannot compromise on excellence. But second, it reflects mature, thoughtful leadership. It demonstrates a true, unwavering commitment to both your people and to performance. You really don't have to sacrifice one to achieve the other. And that leaves us with a really critical question to close out this explainer. As a future hospitality leader, how will you balance strict accountability with unwavering empathy? Take a second to really think about that. When you're standing in that busy, ultra-realistic hotel lobby, managing real people and real high-stakes standards, how are you going to walk that line? Thank you so much for joining me in this module. Keep learning, keep analyzing, and I truly hope this sparks some great ideas for your own leadership journey.